Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Jatadhara Shiva Jatadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Hari Om, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Eka eva Siva Sakshat Satyajnanadilakshana Vikara Rahita Suddha Swasektya Panchadhastitah Jnananandamayan Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Saradindu Vikasa Mandahasam Spuradindivaralochanaabhiramam Aravinda Samana Sundarasyam Aravindasana Sundarimupase Sriman Nrisimha Vibhave Garudadhvajaya Tapatryopasamanaya Bhavaushadaya Trishnadivrischikajalagnibhujangarogakleshavyayaya Haraye Gurave Namaste. Sri Nrisimha Gurave Namaste. What a beautiful day here at this holy Tiruvannamalai. We are right at the back. We have the foothills of Arunachala, and we are in the most blessed place, Kannappa Temple. The first visit of my Kannappa Temple, and my friend Arjun also is here, possibly for the first time. And we love this place and we enjoy it. So our thoughts running about the Onkara, going back to the Pranava. Pranava, Rava in Sanskritam means a sound, basically. It's a sound, the primordial sound, Om. So, because it is there before any other sound exists, so it is called Prak Ravam Pranavam. It's the sound which is there before any other sound is literally born. That is Om. So we already discussed about the NAMA SHIVAYA in our previous video, saying how the grassified world that we see is, what we see today is coming from the Om Pranava. Akasat Vayuhu Vayor Agnihi Agnyor Apaha Adbhya Pradivi. This is the hierarchy of the five elements which existed themselves, means manifestation mode, from the unseen to the seen mode, from Om. So Akasat Vayuhu from space, the air element from air, the fire element from the fire, the water element, and from the water we see the earth. So this been covered in our last video. This is what Om Namah Shivaya is. Om Namah Shivaya. Now to talk more little about the Om itself, why there is a sound which exists, which is beginningless, which is endless. There is no beginning and there is no end. When the NASA scientists found recording space sounds, they found this a prolonged sound called Om everywhere. So this is known to rishis from ages. It's not the new thing. They discovered through their meditation what is this sound. And when you close your ears so tight, you hear the voices of the ocean waves. It's like Om. And there is another object called conch. It's called Shankha. When you blow it out, it gives a long Om sound. And there is a temple bell which is made of panchalohas in every temple where you go, and when you hit the bell, when the sound resonates, a long Omkara, tongue goes like Om. So every point the rishis made Agama Shastra, the temple architecture, to get us peace and directly get in proximity with your own self, the Om, Omkara within. So it's there. I mean, you don't have to search for it. It's already there. Only thing that is we forgot the Om that resonates from within. So when we meditate upon this Omkara, which is called Pranavopasana, we already discussed about Pranavopasana before in our previous video. So this takes us to the source, what I call, for me, the hill is the source. Arunagiri is the source, and all my senses get seized. It's called Pratyahara. There are Ashtanga Yoga. There are 8 limbs of yoga. The first one starts with Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and finally the Samadhi Sthiti. So there are 8 in total. So Yama is controlling of your breathing. Niyama is following a ritualistic Vedic kind of a lifestyle where you purify your body-mind factors. Yama, Niyama, Asana. Asana, we all know yogasanas, so many asanas are there to control the body, limbs, and the mind also through pranayama. Then pranayama is prana shakti, the breath control is pranayama. Then pratyahara. Pratyahara is the retrieval mode of our own senses going outward tendency, going back within. It is called looking through yourself and trying to know this real you. So instead of going outward tendency, you pull out all your senses within, which is of course compared to a turtle in the sea. It pulls out all its limbs and covers itself under the shell. Like that, a yogi pulls all his outgoing tendencies and the senses, and he concentrates everything to this place of Agnya Chakra, which is again called Omkara. When you touch this place, it's called the fireplace, and this is, luckily we have the Agni Linga. It is also a fireplace. So Bhrumadhya, you have one is sun, this is the moon, and in between you have a fire element, and the fire is represented by Om. So Lord Shiva as a yogi, Adi Yogi as he is referred as, he's got Soma, Surya, Agni, Lochanaya. So he's got 3 eyes. The third eye is the Agni. Agni is representing the knowledge of what you are and how to know about the source. So I'm not tired of saying this source, because this is what you are. This is Om. And we get carried away with what we see. Lokyate iti lokaha. The lochanam means the eye which is looking at objects and forms and names. It is getting carried away and it is going into its own different mode of frequency, of catching up images. So this is what it does, and this is all magical, illusionary matrix that we see. We feel this is real. Of course we feel. When we touch something, we feel. When we smell something, we feel. So Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, these 5 senses giving 5 knowledges, which is called Ahara, it is the food for the senses. Hearing capacity, the taste buds, the speaking, and the touch, the feel, everything is inbuilt. I mean, these sense organs are always outgoing tendency. What a yogi does is pratyahara. He pulls out all his focus and concentration towards his Agnya Chakra. We already spoke about this is Varana and this is Asi, Varanasi. And the culminating point is the Agnya Chakra, where when a yogi draws his attention within, all his focus into the Bhrumadhyam. Even Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita sweetly says, Yogi Bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, become a yogi. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. It's a precious thing. I mean, human body is the greatest possibility for you to know yourself, because there is no other body that gives you so much of expressed or manifested knowledge. The awareness or the consciousness is the highest level, and you have to pull up your socks at the right time. So there is a light only when you really work for it. When you don't want to work for it, you are always in the dark, which is an avidya. So pull all your energies towards the Bhrumadhyam, meditate on Om, and it will take you to nothingness. This is what it is. But people meditate for many reasons. They want to achieve powers, mystical powers, this, that, and all desires, nothing. All when you go back to the Agnya Chakra, when you cross all other chakras, from Mooladhara, you come to Manipura, then Anahata, then Vishuddha, then you come to Agnya. That's it, and it's end of you. You don't exist. The world doesn't exist either. So what exists is Om, purely Om. Hari Om.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya, Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya, Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Ganga Dhara Shiva Ganga